A boss lady walked into her kitchen and caught her maid red-handed. What she discovered next was beyond shocking. Hello, welcome. And welcome back. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe for more uplifting stories. Now sit tight, relax, and enjoy. It was a very hot afternoon. Madam Helen, also known as Mama Bimbo, sat in her car outside the luxurious duplex, ready to zoom off to catch up with an appointment. At 60, she carried herself with grace and elegance, the kind of woman whose presence commanded attention anywhere she went. Just a few days ago, decided to visit her daughter Bimbo just to spend a few weeks with her on the island part of Lagos. She had not only came for a visit, she also came with a mission: to observe quietly and speak only when necessary. This was the 6th day of her stay. Just as she was about to drive, a call came in. The meeting had been cancelled. Just as she was about to drive back inside the compound, she remembered something. Out of habit, she picked up her phone and opened the home surveillance app she had secretly installed 5 days earlier. She had insisted on putting up the cameras in the house, a decision her daughter thought unnecessary. But as the feed loaded, her eyes widened. The live footage from the kitchen showed Rachel, the maid, squatting low with a stainless steel bowl in her hands, the same bowl that just the evening before had been placed on the dining table to serve water for washing hands. Mama Bimbo's heart pounded in her chest. For a moment she thought her eyes were deceiving her. But then she saw Rachel's body language, the familiar posture, the strain on her face, and she knew exactly what was happening. Good heavens, she muttered under her breath, her manicured fingers trembling as she held the phone. Quietly, she parked her car outside the compound gate and slipped back in through the side entrance. Her heels barely made a sound as she walked briskly towards the kitchen, her phone still recording. What she saw next froze her blood. Rachel stood up casually and walked towards the sink. Without hesitation, she tilted the bowl and poured its contents right into the kitchen sink, the very place where vegetables were washed, plates were rinsed, and drinking water was sometimes fetched. That was it. Mama Bimbo couldn't hold herself anymore. "What are you doing?" she screamed, her voice booming through the tiled kitchen. Rachel gasped, jerking around so fast she almost dropped the bowl. Her face drained of color. "Ah, Mama, I was only washing bolo," she stammered, forcing a shaky smile. Mama Bimbo stormed in, her phone raised. "Do you think I am blind? I saw you. Every single thing." Rachel shook her head violently, her eyes darting left and right. "No, Ma, I didn't do anything." "Silence," Mama Bimbo barked. She stepped closer, her eyes blazing with disgust. "You have been doing this for days. I have proof. There is a camera right here in this kitchen." Rachel's face froze. Her eyes widened in shock as she realized she had been watched. At that moment, the kitchen door creaked open. Bimbo walked in, humming a tune, her office folder tucked under her arm. She stopped abruptly when she saw the scene, her mother glaring, Rachel trembling, a bowl clutched awkwardly in her hands. "What's happening here?" she asked slowly, confusion written all over her face. Mama Bimbo turned sharply, her voice shaking. "Your maid, this girl you have been defending. She has been urinating in your kitchen bowls." Bimbo blinked in disbelief. "What? No, that's not possible." "See for yourself," Mama Bimbo said, shoving the phone into her hands. Bimbo's fingers trembled as she held the phone. Her mother's voice echoed in her ears, but she still didn't believe. She tapped the screen, rewinding the footage. There was Rachel, clear as daylight, squatting in the corner of the kitchen, her face tense, her posture unmistakable. A few seconds later she rose, holding the stainless bowl with care, then poured its contents right into the kitchen sink. Bimbo's eyes bulged. Her breath caught in her throat. She pressed pause, then rewind, then play again, as if hoping the image would change. But it didn't. She dropped the phone on the counter and clutched her chest, her legs buckling under her. "Oh my God, in this same kitchen, in the same bowl we ate with yesterday." Mama Bimbo moved quickly to support her, guiding her into a chair. "You see, you wouldn't listen to me. I told you not to be careless with this girl." Bimbo shook her head violently, tears spilling down her cheeks. No, this can't be true. Rachel, sweet, quiet Rachel. She cooks for my children every day. She serves us food with her own hands. Oh God." Rachel had gone pale. Her lips quivered, her body trembling like a leaf caught in harmattan wind. She sank slowly to her knees, her palms pressed against the floor. "Madam, please, forgive me, I beg you. I didn't mean any harm." Bimbo shot up from the chair, her face twisted with fury. "Didn't mean harm? You urinated inside my bowl. You poured it in my sink. Do you know what you have done? My children eat from this kitchen, Rachel." Rachel burst into sobs, her words tumbling out between hiccups. "Sometimes I feel tired, madam. The maid's quarters are far. At night when I can't hold it. You just what?" Bimbo cut her off, her voice shaking with disgust. "You just turned my kitchen into a toilet. You think being tired is an excuse to poison a family." Mama Bimbo stood tall, her face stern, her arms folded. She had no sympathy in her eyes. "This is not the first time, Rachel. I have been watching you for days. 6 days of proof. You have done this over and over again." She picked up the phone and began scrolling through the footage. Bimbo watched in horror as her mother replayed different clips. Rachel squatting on Tuesday morning, Rachel rinsing the bowl on Wednesday afternoon, Rachel pouring liquid into the sink again on Thursday night. Every clip stabbed at Bimbo's heart like a knife. Her stomach turned. She thought of the stew they had eaten, the jollof rice from 2 nights ago, the agouti soup Rachel prepared just yesterday, her children's laughter as they dug into their meals, and all the while, this girl, this stranger she had brought into her home, was desecrating their food in secret. Bimbo collapsed back into the chair, clutching her head with both hands. "God, I have failed as a mother." Rachel crawled closer on her knees, grabbing the hem of Bimbo's dress. "Please, madam, don't send me away. I don't have anywhere to go. You are the only one who gave me a chance. Please forgive me. I won't do it again." Bimbo jerked her foot away as if stung by fire. "Don't touch me," she shouted. Her face was wet with tears, her voice broken. "I welcomed you into my home. I fed you. I clothed you. And this is how you repay me?" Rachel's sobs grew louder. She clasped her hands together, rocking back and forth. "I swear, I didn't mean evil. I was just lazy. Please, please." But Mama Bimbo had heard enough. Her voice rang sharp, cutting through the tension. "Lazy? This is not laziness. This is wickedness. You had a bathroom. You had a place to relieve yourself. But you chose to use the same bowls that touch food and water. That is deliberate evil." Rachel lowered her head in shame. Her shoulders shook, but she had no defense left. The silence that followed was heavy. Bimbo's tears dripped onto her lap. Her mother's hand rested on her shoulder, firm but comforting. Rachel knelt on the cold tiles, her sobs filling the kitchen. Finally, Bimbo wiped her face, her expression hardening. She stood slowly, pointing to the door. "Rachel, pack your things, leave my house, today." Rachel lifted her head, eyes swollen, lips trembling. "Madam, please, now!" Bimbo screamed, her voice echoing through the house. Rachel flinched, then staggered to her feet. With her head bowed, she shuffled out of the kitchen, her sobs trailing behind her like a shadow. Bimbo's legs gave way again, and she sank into the chair. Mama Bimbo crouched beside her, holding her hand. "My child, this is why I always tell you think twice before you employ a maid. Not everyone is clean. Not everyone is grateful. Some carry filth into your home, filth that cannot be washed away." Bimbo nodded slowly, her tears unending. "I should have listened. I should have listened to you, Mummy." That night, the entire kitchen was scrubbed from top to bottom. Every stainless bowl was thrown out. Bimbo watched silently as the cleaners worked, her mind replaying the videos again and again. She had thought employing Rachel was an act of kindness. Instead, it became her greatest mistake. And as she tucked her children into bed that night, she whispered to herself a vow she would never break. "Never again. Never again will I be careless with my home." If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more inspiring and emotional journeys. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We treasure every message from you. Until we return, stay kind, stay hopeful, and stay with us.